Once upon a time, in the ancient and wise book, a new story begins, a tale full of lessons and wonders for those who listen. In a distant kingdom wrapped in morning mist, 12 princesses lived in a grand palace. Though their days seemed peaceful, a great mystery surrounded them, a secret no one could uncover. Every morning, the king discovered the princess's golden dancing shoes completely worn out. No guard saw them leave, no doors were opened, and no one could explain how they had danced the night away. Troubled and desperate for answers, the king proclaimed that anyone who could solve the mystery would earn a great reward, but failure meant banishment from the kingdom forever. Brave knights, clever scholars, and wandering travelers tried to discover the truth. Yet every one of them fell into an unnatural sleep before midnight and woke with no answers. One day, a humble soldier returned from war and heard of the king's challenge. Though others laughed at him for trying, the soldier believed that courage and kindness could reveal what strength could not. On his way to the palace, the soldier met a mysterious old woman in the woods. Her eyes shone with ancient wisdom, and she offered him a shimmering silver cloak that could make him invisible. The old woman warned him gently, "Do not drink anything the princesses offer, and trust what your eyes cannot see." With gratitude, the soldier continued on his path. When he arrived at the palace, the king welcomed him and led him to the chamber where he would stay right beside the princess's room, guarded by heavy doors and rose soldiers. The eldest princess greeted him politely but with a strange smile, as though she already knew he would fail like all the others before him. As night fell, the princesses prepared for bed, pretending to sleep. The soldier lay quietly, pretending as well, keeping the silver cloak hidden beneath his pillow. When the moon climbed high, the eldest princess sat up. With a whisper, she signaled the others, and all 12 rose silently, their eyes sparkling with excitement. The eldest princess tapped her bedpost, and suddenly the floor beneath them opened, revealing a shining staircase leading deep underground, glowing like starlight. The soldier slipped the silver cloak around himself and followed behind them, stepping softly so his footsteps would not echo in the magic chamber. Down the staircase they walked, entering an enchanted forest of silver leaves. Every branch shimmered like polished crystal, casting moonbeams across their faces. Whenever the princesses pushed past them. Soon they reached a shimmering lake where 12 magical boats awaited them. Each boat was rowed by a handsome prince dressed in royal finery. The princesses stepped gracefully inside, laughing softly as the boats glided across the glowing water. The soldier quickly jumped into the eldest princess's boat, careful not to make a splash. One of the princes paused, sensing something strange. "It feels as though we are carrying more weight tonight," he murmured, but the princess only laughed. Across the lake, a magnificent crystal palace towered above them, its windows sparkling with rainbow light. Music drifted from inside, warm and inviting. Inside the palace, musicians played enchanting melodies as the princesses danced joyfully, spinning and twirling as though nothing could stop them. The soldier watched from behind a crystal pillar, gathering proof of everything he saw, determined to solve the king's greatest mystery. Hours passed, and the princesses danced until their shoes were torn and damaged. Yet still they did not stop, enchanted by magic stronger than their exhaustion. At last the music faded, The princes bowed deeply as the princesses prepared to return, their steps now slower, yet still graceful. Once more they boarded the magical boats, crossing the glowing lake as the first hint of dawn touched the sky. Through the forest they walked again, diamond, golden, and silver each, losing its magical glow as morning approached. Back in their room, the princesses quickly hid the torn shoes and slipped into bed. The soldier arrived only moments later, pretending to wake as though nothing unusual had happened. The next morning, the king summoned him. The princesses watched nervously, hoping the soldier had seen nothing at all. With calm confidence, the soldier revealed the diamond branch, described the enchanted forest, the lake of silver water, and the crystal palace where the princesses danced each night. The king remained silent for a long moment, stunned. The princesses lowered their heads, knowing the truth had finally been uncovered. The eldest princess stepped forward and confessed that they were trapped by a spell cast by the 12 underground princes, forcing them to dance each night. With the truth revealed, the magic bond shattered. The underground princes disappeared, and the enchanted staircase closed forever. The king offered the soldier his promised reward, the choice of any princess as his bride, and a grand future within the kingdom. The soldier chose the youngest princess, who had always longed for freedom and kindness rather than magic and glittering halls. Their wedding was celebrated across the entire kingdom, filled with music, joy, and the promise of new beginnings. Peace returned to the palace, and the princesses lived without fear, grateful that the truth had finally brought them freedom. The soldier was honored for his bravery, not for battle, but for wisdom, honesty, and the courage to see what others overlooked. The magical forests faded into legend, remembered only in quiet stories whispered to children at night. And so, the tale of the 12 dancing princesses became one of the kingdom's greatest lessons. That secrets cannot stay hidden forever, and truth always finds its voice. The wise book closes its pages for now, holding this tale among many. And so this tale comes to an end, but its wisdom and lessons remain, shining as a light to guide us in life.